Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. I've always wanted to do this.
Mark,
What?
what are you doing?
Making wine.
You know, we were gonna make mulled wine.
What?
Mulled wine.
Come on! Hi, I'm Marc Gill, the ultimate foodie. I've been working with a host of kitchen products on television and online for years. I love using local and unique ingredients and getting to know the people behind the foods that I'm cooking. But now I want to try something different that I call Fork You Academy. At Fork You Academy, we make cooking fun. I'm your culinary tour guide, taking you on a deeper dive into the ingredients and the recipes you love. We also hear from experts around the globe who show us their secrets, and then we try those secrets at home. Fork You is interactive, informational, and, well, not your ordinary cooking show. Join us as we change the way you approach making recipes. Come on! But as the holiday season is upon us, I find myself with that uncomfortable feeling that I'll need to choose wines to accompany my holiday dishes. The truth is, I'm no wine expert, and I really don't want to embarrass myself in front of family and guests. So today, I enlisted the help of Perry, co-owner of Eds Vine Wines, to help us with some wine pairings and to debunk some wine myths. And we'll all be on cloud wine as we make some wine-infused holiday dishes and learn some new variations on classic short ribs, poached pears, and an off-the-chart grape salad with cotton candy grapes. Yep, you heard that right. So take time to wind down this holiday season and stay tuned as we read between the wines. Here's the tools we'll be using on today's show. All of these are selected because they help make things smooth, easy, and fast in the kitchen. All right, everybody, I've got my feet out of the grapes, and we've jumped into the store where I'm supposed to be, and we're hanging out with Perry, the co-owner of Eds Vine Wines. So I'm not a wine guy, and I find myself in these things sometimes just kind of wandering around looking lost. If I came to you and said, I got a big party, I got a whole bunch of people coming over, I don't want to spend a bunch of money, what do I do? You must get that question a lot.
Every day. I think the first advice is to let me know what you want to spend per bottle. There's great wines in every price category.
Oh, it's great that you say that because, sometimes I'm so fixated on the fact that I'm going to spend, $30, $40, $50 a bottle, and I don't know if I should be or not.
Oh, no, there's great wines in the $12 and $15.
Can you give me a couple of examples of wine that's kind of in that $12 to $20 price range that's going to have a wide appeal?
There's some beautiful wines from Spain right now, Italy, and Bordeaux. And then there's some just really lovely American Cabs and Chardonnays that really are under sometimes $12 that are shockingly beautiful.
Really?
And I think could go up against $30 and $40 bottles of wine.
Wow, so don't be scared off by a lower price.
No, ask your retailer, what is a great wine at an affordable price, and usually they will help you.
Red wine should be served at room temperature. False. Room temperature was defined as wine cellars in Europe, which is usually about 65 degrees. So unless your room is 65 degrees, you should chill your red wine. And white wine should always be served cold. All right, so Perry, let's debunk a few myths about wine that people might have. And I'm going to go with the first and the most obvious one, and that's a lot of people think meat, steak, roast, red wine. Fish, white wine. Is that right? I mean, is that correct?
I mean, in a food pairing situation, yes, but Mark, drink what you like. Your palate needs to be happy. So make your palate happy by drinking the wine you like.
Make your palate happy by drinking the wine you like. I got to hang out with this guy more. So I'm glad we're talking about that because before we came here, I actually prepared a couple of things just to give people an idea of some great holiday recipes. And one of the things that we used, of course, was short ribs. You're going to start with a bunch of ribs, 4 or 6, whatever fits in your slow cooker. Hit it with some flour and then sear those ribs equally on all sides. And by all sides, I mean all sides. Top, bottom, left, right, up, down. Do it. It's so much better for the flavor. It's just wonderful. Once those are all done, go ahead and set them aside. You're going to need them in just a second. Cut up your vegetables. I like to use onions, carrots, celery. If you got a favorite, go ahead and toss it in. No rules here. Go ahead and throw those ribs back in there. Get the onions and veggies on top, and then we're going to add some bay leaves, some salt and pepper. Get some spicy honey on there, some beef stock, and of course, red wine. It's why we're here. Set it on low for about 8 hours, and oh man, is that going to be good.
delicious.
Every time I see a short rib recipe, it says use red wine, but we talked a little bit before. I don't necessarily have to do that, do I?
No, I think short ribs are one of those dishes that are loaded with lots of fat, and some white wines are super high in acid, and you want that acid to cut through that fat. So there's a great white Malbec, red grape, but is made in a white wine. They just don't let the skins contact. You also could buy a white Sangiovese, again, red grape, lots of a good acidity, but is a white wine. Grenache, red grape, made into a white wine. So all of these wines have acidity and really would work well with this dish.
Beautiful. Well, that's great advice. What a great thing to try. Next time I do this, I'm actually going to give that kind of white wine, or I'm going to give that white wine with the red grape. Can you say it? I can't say it. You know what I'm talking about.
Toasting started in ancient Rome, when Romans would drop a piece of toasted bread into each glass to temper excessive acidity.
We'll get that back in there. That's perfect.
Can I take these guys away?
Yeah, those can go. We're just getting all set up for our next shot. We'll be ready in just a sec.
Before we start, can I ask you a question about this? Is this like 3 burners? Like, can I cook hot stuff in?
I got you. Yeah, actually, this just worked out really good for us. It's 3 slow cookers. Yeah, it's got 3 different controllers. You a big cook at home?
Oh, big cook. So
Yeah.
this would be like perfect for a big party.
If I walked in here and told you I wanted to make a mulled wine of everything you've got in here, is there one that you would suggest above all the others?
I think for sure it would be this wine. It is a semi-sparkling wine.
Oh,
Which in
cool.
the mulled wine, by the time you get all the things in the mulled wine, that sparkle's going to come down because you're going to heat this, right, for a little bit of time. In Italy, as the story goes, monks made this wine and named it Sangue di Juda, so the nuns wouldn't drink it.
Get out!
So they were like scared to go down to the
What does
cellar
that mean?
and drink that wine.
Why wouldn't they drink that? Like, what does that name mean?
The blood of Judas.
Oh,
Sangue
really?
di Juda in Italian.
Yikes.
So it's
Wow, what a story.
and it's a delicious wine.
This is how easy this really is. So why don't you go ahead and do the honors, and we'll get that in there. And again, any slow cooker is going to do, you guys. As long as it's got a low and a high setting, all you're going to do is you're going to empty in 1 or 2 bottles, and then come on over here. This is the nice stuff. We're going to put in some orange peel. That's really pretty. That's going to give it such a nice flavor. Now we got our orange peel in there. Perry, if you want to grab those cinnamon sticks, and I've got some cloves. Just like that. To this, just to finish it off, we want to add about a half a cup of brandy. There we go. And I love this part. A couple Canadian boys here with our maple syrup. There we go. About 2 tablespoons just to give it that little extra sweet flavor.
How's it going, eh?
How's it going, eh? If you want to set this to low, you'll leave it for about 2 hours. And if you need to get to the party, high will have it ready for you in about 45 to an hour. And like most things in a slow cooker, the longer you leave it, the better it's going to be. Nice tip.
Ah, glad you liked it.
Pesky nuns. That's for you.
Grazie.
I don't think we're supposed to steal the garnishes, but I'm okay with it.
Ah,
Cheers, my man.
to the nuns.
What a great tip on that wine. Wow. Oh, I got
This is
cheers you again. Man
cheers.
alive. That's fantastic.
Great.
I'm glad this is our last one of the day. We got 2 bottles to go through. Whee!
Always sniff the cork. False! Sniffing the cork reveals nothing. Inspecting the condition of the cork, however, reveals the likelihood of the bottle to be good. Crumbling or moldy corks will usually reveal that the wine is bad. Salads are such a fun course now, and you can get so creative with them, so I'll tell you what, for this one, let's make it grape. You're gonna wanna get an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. You can go 1/3 fat less if you want, but don't. You're gonna want a half a cup of sugar, an 8-ounce package of sour cream, about a tablespoon of vanilla extract, and then this is the magic right here. Watch this. These are cotton candy grapes. No kidding. They taste like cotton candy. I don't know how they did it. I'm not gonna ask any questions, but they nailed it. They're so good. And these are gumdrop grapes. Can you imagine how good these are gonna be mixed with all this? And our regular green vine grapes. I can't wait to try this salad. You're gonna want some brown sugar and some pecans, to chop up the layer over top. Let's put this together. Okay, so let's get a nice mix of our grapes in our salad bowl there. Perfect. All of those yummy cotton candy grapes, that's incredible. Our store-bought grapes, and then let's give those a nice little mix. There we go. It's such a pretty salad. So now let's grab our cream cheese and sugar. And if you've never thought about using a spurtle, boy oh boy, this is a great time to use one. I love my spurtles, and it's a fun word. And then just start mixing this up. Get it incorporated really well. You want every grape to be covered on all sides with this delicious cream cheese sugar mix. It's so yummy. Grab your prettiest holiday bowls and serve this up. I'm telling you something, your guests are gonna flip over this. This is one of those salads that they're gonna talk about for ages. When are you gonna make that grape salad again? When are you gonna make that grape salad again? In fact, come in here and have a good close look at this. This is absolutely incredible. And I think the only thing that I'm missing is a little bit of a wine pairing to go to this. So Perry, I got a few people coming over. I'm gonna do a salad. Can you suggest a white wine for me?
Oh yeah. Try this.
Oh. Good suggestion. Cotton candy grapes, red gumdrop grapes, vine fresh grapes, cream cheese, sugar, sour cream, pecans, brown sugar, and a nice blonde wine to go with it. Man alive, that's a little holiday treat there. All right, Perry, here is my favorite thing to talk about. Dessert. And holiday time's a great time to try some really special ones like poached pears, because you get this deep red color in there that your guests are gonna love. Start with fresh pears and add red wine to the tippy top. Now I like to add honey in mine, sugar, got that cinnamon in there, nutmeg, cloves, a little bit of lemon peel, juice from half a lemon, and then that vanilla bean. Oh, that makes it. Set it to high for about 4 hours, and as soon as you realize you forgot to peel your pears, get on it. No one's perfect at 4Q Academy. And when I was checking out recipes online, a lot of them said use a dry red. But you and I had to talk about that, and you were like, no, no, no. This is cool, guys. Look at this wine he's got.
So this is a wine that is regular grapes, but also has tart cherries in it. And it's sweet, but not overly sweet. So we talked about like maybe not adding so much sugar to this recipe.
Absolutely.
And I thought that this would be the perfect wine. Plus it'd bring that almost cherry pie kind of desserty flavor into this dessert. But a super delicious wine, tart cherries and red wine.
You are going to be so happy. It's so good. It's such a neat flavor. It's so distinct. It's so rich. It's so deep. And look at the color you're getting when you poach these pears in that wine. Wow, great tip. So with the holidays coming up, man, you've got people coming over and you want them to leave full and satisfied. You can do a turkey. Everyone does turkey. Hams are nice. But if you really want to impress them, we're talking about prime rib. First thing we need to do is garlic-fy this. Is that a word? It is now. Come on in here. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a paring knife and about 15 to 20 cloves of garlic, and you're just going to start poking it. It's disturbingly satisfying. And now, let's grab that garlic and get it in there. All right, so you're thinking that feels kind of gross. You might be a little right, but in the end, it is so worth it. If you're like me, you'll like a crusted prime rib. So here's what we're gonna do. Grab some thyme, some rosemary, some parsley, garlic, salt, pepper, and it's all gonna go right in there. Okay, here we go. Oh man, I wish you could smell this. This is incredible. So now this is when it's really fun. You know what? This is the part the kids love too. You can get right in there, rub that oil all around, make sure that you've got everything covered, because that's what's gonna grab onto those beautiful herbs and spices and salt, pepper, and garlic. Yum! And make sure you get all the way around. Don't forget underneath there. Everyone forgets underneath. There's flavor there too, you know. You can get one of these with the ribs attached or the ribs taken off and then tied back on. Personally, I love to keep the ribs attached, man. That just gets all that flavor into that meat. It's beautiful. So we're all herbed up, we're garliced up. I've got my oven preheated to 450. You're gonna put it in for 450 for about 10 minutes, and then you're gonna drop it down to 350 for that cooking time. Now I've got a 6 to 7 pound prime rib here, so you'd be looking at about 90 minutes, but always remember, you're not cooking to time, you're cooking to temperature. So if you're looking for that perfect medium rare, let's shoot for right around 128, 129 degrees, and make sure you're checking.
See, a main course like that does not have to be difficult. And come on in here and have a look at this crust. I'm not even gonna cut it for a second. Are you kidding me? Look at that. That's those beautiful herbs and spices and garlic that we put in that chopper right before we put this in. Oh, the smell is out of this world, guys. Meals like this are so simple. They're so easy. Now remember, I had them leave the bone on, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of cut right through that and get these bones off. And I'll tell you something right there. You want some of the best bones to gnaw that meat off of. There it is, boy. And when I flip this over, look at this. You've got that beautiful crust. Oh, there's so much flavor in those bones. And you know what a lot of people do with these? Put them aside and those make the best soup. Oh, it's good. So guys, let's cut into this. Oh, I can't wait for this. Oh my goodness, there is nothing better than a prime rib stuffed with garlic. Now, the only thing that I'm missing here is a little bit of wine to go with this. And I know my guests are gonna want that. So I got one guy I gotta ask. Hey Perry, gonna bother you again. We're doing a red red meat dish. Can you suggest something for like a steak or a roast?
Oh yeah.
Chocolate, you don't say. All right, I'll give that a whirl. Let's get this guy off like that, and then nice and fast and easy. Here we go. Good friends, holiday time, a great cut of meat with an incredible crust to finish it off. And every holiday party needs a charcuterie board, especially one that looks like this. I got one more question for Perry. I hope I'm not annoying him. So Perry, tell everyone where to go to get the best information on food.
Fuck you, Mark.
Now that I know so much about wine, I can go through the holidays and face my guests with confidence. As I always say, wine flies when you're having fun. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to download our recipes. More fan. Come on! Thanks for being a part of the Fork You Academy. For all of today's recipes, check us out online. And if you love some of the products you saw us use in today's show, visit qvcplus.com. See you next time.